Well, now we've got the underground part of our base finished up, but you know what we don't have in our base area? We don't even have a proper mine shaft. So, today, we're gonna make an epic mine shaft. Stay tuned! What's up guys, it is Coop Dizzle here and welcome back for episode 29 on the StreamCraft server. It is a beautiful day here on StreamCraft and we have a really big project planned for today. There's so many projects to do, it's really hard to decide what to work on for this episode. There's, for example, I need to put a portal somewhere way up in the sky that I can hop down to the observation tower. There's that. I really want to do that, but I had a really cool idea. Not a helicopter, not a plane, not a dragon, but something really cool that I want to save for another day. And I'm getting the itch to build another skyscraper too. I feel like it's been a while since our skyline got updated, but we're not going to be doing those things today. I'm going to head down here real quick and kind of show you what we are going to be doing today. So I've been doing a lot of playing in between episodes, mostly just grindy things like, for example, mostly I've been hanging out over at the area where Knight is working on the Wither Skull farm, and, excuse me, sorry about that, mostly just slabbing and tearing down the Nether fortress, things like that. There's really not a lot to show over there. I think that he wants to try to spawn proof the area as much as he can before he actually builds the farm, so there's no farm over there at the moment, but it definitely is a lot more peaceful over there with all the slabbing that's been done and stuff. The other thing that I've been doing though is I've been mining, as you can see, and so today, one of the first things you're supposed to set up at your base is a mine shaft, right? And I have been avoiding that until we had our underground cave done, and so now that we've got that done, now we need to set up the mine shaft, a proper mine shaft. So anyway, I wanted to show you guys this before we kind of head down there and kind of take a look at things, because this is the first time, like, this is totally changing the way that I want to mine forever, okay? This is by far the most effective way to do it. Now, you may remember from a couple episodes ago that I was really low on diamonds. In fact, I had 20 diamonds left right here. Now, in probably less than an hour, for sure less than an hour of mining, I got almost 2 stacks of diamonds, which I think is fantastic. So, yeah, and it's thanks to this new mining technique. Well, new to me anyway. So a while back, AssumeAvoid posted a video kind of showing what he thinks is the most efficient, time-efficient way to mine. And so I just did that, okay? The almost 2 stacks of diamonds is just from mining on one side. So obviously I had to set up this room with the beacon in it, and one of them is a... Why are you not showing it? That's weird. Haste 2 and Speed 2. So those are, compared to his video, which I'll be sure to link in the description, those are the only 2 things that I changed. I put down a beacon with Haste 2 and Speed 2. Now from there, basically this lets you dig extremely fast, right? Like if I were to go here, for example, bam! Alright, so really fast. Do I have any torches? No. Genius. Okay. So, oh man, the lag. The lag is real. But anyway, I don't want to talk for too long, so I'm going to try and finish explaining. Alright, sorry for the interruption there. My 3-year-old son was hanging out with me, watching me record, which was pretty cute, but he started making some noise and he needed some stuff. So, anyway, let me wrap up the thing about this new mining technique, or at least new to me, okay? It's totally different from anything that I've ever done. I mean, obviously, this kind of looks like a branch mine, but very different. So in between each branch, you have 11 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, okay? And then with the Haste 2 beacon, I can just, shred through blocks for about 60 blocks or so, okay? So I make a tunnel that's 60 blocks long, and then light the whole thing up, and then you come back through here, and then every 3 blocks or so, you come through here, and then you dig poke holes, which I've never done poke holes before, unless I was like in UHC or something like that, okay? So every 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3, and then you dig more poke holes in either direction. So the idea of this, okay, without explaining it in depth, because you can go check out the video and get the in-depth explanation for why this is the most efficient way to do things. But basically what it boils down to is you get to see more blocks per second or more blocks per minute mining than with any other technique. And by exposing more blocks, you basically have a higher chance of finding diamonds. So no kidding, it did take a little bit of time to set up this room, but I mean probably an hour or less to dig out this half of the 100 block thing. You know, if you go like from this beacon, you would go 50 blocks in that direction, and then on the other side another 50 blocks in that direction, and then dig out tunnels going along every 11 blocks, and then going through doing the poke holes. It's extremely fast, guys. By far the fastest way that I have ever tried. Basically the fastest, most effective way to mine for diamonds I think that I have ever experienced. So we're not dirt poor anymore. We're not filthy rich either, but we are getting there, and hopefully by the time I get to use my new mine, we will be filthy rich. Now the reason I haven't done this side yet is because I worked out that if I dig this way, it's probably going to intersect eventually, like down the road, it'll intersect with where my actual mine shaft is going to be. So what I'm going to do, guys, I've got a lot of prep work to do. Yeah, I think I'm going the right way here. I've got a lot of prep work to do, and so I'm going to head back down to the underground cave area and start digging out. I'm going to try and remember which tunnel it is that I wanted to use out of the 4, and then I'm going to start digging out a large area so we can kind of clear out a space to work with for our mineshaft build. So anyway, I'm going to get started on that, guys. I'll see you in a second. So here's what we've been working on in the mineshaft. I got a bunch of stuff dug out. So when you first walk in, again, this little entryway here just transitions into the wing, and there's going to be a little bit of a tunnel here that kind of leads into the main room. Keep in mind, I've dug out the floor so I can just place blocks, so you'll actually be walking on this level here, and I'm going to do similar to when we did the floating mob island and I did that kind of intricate tunnel design and the intricate wall design. I want to do some of those here and in the ceiling as well. So don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that yet, but that'll lead you into here, okay? And this is just like a lobby area. Well, not even a lobby area. It's basically the room that lets you go down. And so I dug out this circle here, and here in a minute I'm going to cover this up so I don't kill myself working on this. But anyway, the basic idea is it's just a circular shaped room, and then we're going to have a minecart that you can ride up, and where that hole is right there, that will be a quick drop to go down to the actual mine shaft area. So that's what we're looking at, and I think for the design, we'll talk about what's going to be down there here in a little bit, but right now I think we're just going to focus on designing this hallway area and this lobby area, and then setting up our minecart. So for the design on that, what I'm thinking is, you know, once I start the mine shaft, if I'm going to put a proper design on the actual branch mine itself, that's going to be a lot of block placing. I mean, keep in mind that each time I go mining, I'm going to go another 100 blocks. So that is a lot of blocks to place. So I'm thinking I need to keep it easy on myself. For the hallway and for, you know, this room and the main room down at the branch mine area, we can make those a little more elaborate, I think, but I think the main material is probably going to be stone brick, which is, you know, maybe a little bit boring, but on the upside it does tie itself into the cave, which is one of my goals. You know, like whenever I do these other wings, I'm going to have one where, you know, nether brick is the main material. I'll have one where sandstone's the main material, and maybe possibly one where quartz and other white blocks are the main material. So I think for the mine shaft, I think it's going to be fine if we make stone brick the main material, because the color is very similar to what we're doing out here. So of course I'll throw in some redstone blocks too. That's going to be another thing because that's what identifies the wing. I think I might throw in some other red stuff, like maybe red stained glass might be part of the mine shaft or the mine cart system. Maybe some lava. I'm thinking I want to do something cool with lava, at least in here. Have some lava flowing down. I've seen that done before and it's really neat, so I've got an idea on how we can do that and make that look really cool. But anyway, I'm not 100% sure, guys. I'm going to kind of freehand it a little bit. I've got a general idea for this room, no clue for the hallway, so I've got a lot of work ahead of me, and I'm looking forward to it, though. I think it's going to look really cool once we get these couple of things done. And then once we get that done, we can actually start working on the really cool stuff, which will be down there. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get to work, and I will see you in a little bit. Alright guys, so I've made a lot of progress. In fact, it's been a long time since I talked to you last. I want to say it's been about a day and a half or so, and I've been playing a lot. So anyway, we now have a tunnel, and we now have basically a drop shaft that takes you down to mining level. And you guys would have seen some of this in the montage. But anyway, I really like this because you have this really beautiful cave, and it's just it's a cool, it's cool that it just changes. By the way, real quick, I've had a couple of suggestions for some little changes that we can make in here, and I'm going to address those right at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that, guys, and we'll kind of talk about some changes that we're probably going to make. But anyway, so here we go, into the hallway. Now, all of this stuff, the two things I've done, don't even get you to the branch mine. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, we've got this hallway design. And I couldn't use the entire archway or the entire design from the other side of this. It's a little bit different, but it just, for one, the room isn't tall enough for the entire archway. And then there's a little bit I could have added on the side too, but I really wanted to keep that gap in between this and the acacia log. So anyway, there's that. We've got that going on. The wall design, you know, I was kind of torn about this. I think I like it. I think we're going to keep it. It's not as cool as the one that I did in the where you collect the mob drops at, and I figured out why that is. Okay, so whenever you do these intricate wall designs, you count this, like here's your 3 wide path, right? You count this as one block of the wall, and then you have 2 blocks to play with. So really, I should have gotten rid of this row of blocks, and up here as well, pushed that forward, pushed it in 1, and then used the red stained clay would have been the backing, and then I would have had basically one layer where I could just put stuff on top of it. And instead what I did was I did a backing and then 2 layers on top of it, because I was thinking that the technique for doing those kinds of things was that it was 3 deep, and so you had the backing was 1, and then you had 2 layers to kind of decorate on top of. I don't think that works quite as well. So, you know, we'll call this an experiment in design. I think I'm going to keep it. I do kind of like it. It is intricate, and so it's really not hurting anything, you know what I mean? But yeah, so anyway, there's that. I do like it. I do think, though, that the next time I do tunnel designs, I'm probably just going to do like a 2 deep design instead of a 3 deep design, and count the border as if you want to count it as 3 deep, we're going to count this border as one of them. So anyway, there's that, guys. Hopefully you like how that wall turned out. The ceiling is pretty simple. I didn't need any lighting up there, so I just threw the redstone blocks in to kind of continue that theme. And this really is probably the only thing, well, it's one of 2 things that I don't like about this entire project so far, is this archway design here. I thought it'd be kind of cool to get sort of a circular shape, and you know, I could have thrown in some stairs on the ends here. I tried all kinds of things, actually. I tried stairs up there. I tried using different blocks instead of these, what are they called, chiseled stone brick. So I tried lots of things. None of it really worked. This was the best one that I could come up with. And the one thing that I could do differently is knock out these stairs. Which I can show you. Might as well show you what that looks like. Oh, okay, they won't burn. But anyway, so I don't know if that's any better or not. I mean, imagine knocking out those stairs as well. But I don't know. I kind of like that it's circular. So it's kind of like a hobbit door or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, which is kind of cool for a mine shaft because branch mines are kind of cramped. This is just kind of transitions from one room into the next room. And then here we go. This is like, I really love this room, guys. I think this is totally awesome. We have this little walkway going around here and this giant hole. And I really like that this is a little bit dangerous. Now, if you don't have feather falling, you could possibly die falling down from here. But, you know, I'm not bothered. I could put in some fences, but it doesn't bother me one bit. So anyway, I kind of like that you can look. The thing is, I wouldn't want to obstruct any views. If we did a rail, it would have to be a glass rail, because I want to be able to look down here and just kind of admire this thing. I really, really quite like it. One change I am thinking about making, well, a couple of things. There are a couple of things I don't like. One is, I don't like this platform. I tried doing like a circular shape with it, but the circular shape doesn't work out because you can see we have this minecart elevator coming up, and anything that you put back here or on the sides interferes with that. So I can't really do anything. You would have to start like right here on this block is kind of where the outline of it would start, and I just didn't think it looked good. So by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and send that. I need to send that back down. Sometimes I forget to do that. But anyway, so we've got this kind of deadly walkway here that you can fall off of, which again I kind of like. I kind of like that. It kind of keeps you on the edge. Excuse me real quick. So anyway, we've got the stained glass white and red. I think that looks really sharp, so I dig that a lot. And then with the slabs, I tried something a little bit different. We have redstone blocks to power the rails on the way up, but other than that, these slabs are kind of separated in certain places, which I think is another cool little feature. I don't know, I just think it's interesting. So one thing that I am thinking about changing, actually let's do this. Let's kind of go ahead and drop down. You guys can see what this looks like from the bottom. This will take you into a lobby area, so that's kind of the next part of the project. We'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, here's what it looks like from down here. I think it looks pretty epic. I really like how it turned out. So anyway, and the floor is dark oak wood. So anyway, to get back up, you just use this minecart here. Takes you back up. And another thing I don't like about this platform, see this little slab over here? It just kind of sticks out, and the reason for that is whenever you dismount, that's where it puts you. I thought for sure the game would be smart enough to put me on this platform over here, but apparently not. The game's pretty stupid like that. So that's what I had to do, and then we'll go ahead and send that back down. So one thing I'm thinking about changing, I'd like your feedback on this, and this would be a really easy thing to change. So let's just knock some of this out real quick. I'm thinking about changing, oh, no, well, that doesn't matter, does it? We'll just stick that back in, andesite, there we go. So anyway, one thing that I'm thinking about changing for the design in here that I figured we could just check out on camera quickly is trading out the polished andesite for the acacia wood. And it would add just a tiny bit more contrast to the room. Now, honestly, I think it would look cool either way. I think even though the acacia blends in a lot more, I kind of like that it's so clean looking. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but right now I think it looks really clean, and I kind of like that. If we, no, come on, man. Anyway, if we were to trade this out, it would add a little more contrast and possibly a little more interest. So, yeah, it doesn't make too big of a difference, does it? It does look kind of cool. But anyway, I think this would be an appropriate place to use wood logs. I don't use them very much, and particularly in this base area. But anyway, that's kind of what it would look like. And if we did that, we would do it going all the way down. So all of these coming up would all turn to acacia, and then you would have the andesite border on top. So that would be the last acacia log right there, and then would run into that andesite. Or I could possibly trade out... No, I couldn't trade out this andesite. It would probably get burned up by the lava here. So anyway, guys, that's the design. I hope that you like it, and I'm not sure how much more we're gonna do of this project today because I have to see how long the video is running. But I can tell you quickly the next thing that we're going to be doing. I spent a lot of time last night kind of brainstorming out what we're going to do down here, because I want this to be an epic mine shaft. Again, we're trying to make the ultimate base here on StreamCraft, and so I thought, what would the most pimped out mine shaft have in it? So we have a pretty epic entrance, I think, coming in through that intricate tunnel, dropping down here. You've got this massive like chamber, looks really cool. And then when you come in here, we're going to have a lobby area. And I might as well, my beacon doesn't work down here just yet. I've got to move that before I really get into this project. But while I'm talking, I might as well start clearing some stuff out. So basically, the lobby area is going to have several kind of amenities to the mine shaft. So this doesn't take you into the branch mine yet. The branch mine is going to be even further down. So you're going to have a lobby area. It's going to be, I'm going to kind of play with it. It's either going to be a circular shape, most likely, or an octagon shape. Probably a circular shape. I think it'd be hard to do a good design for an octagon shape room. But anyway, branching off of that, okay, this will be one side. We'll go into here, and then you've got basically seven other exits to work with. So there are going to be different rooms. I want to say 2 of the walls are going to just be designed, or 2 of the corners are just going to be designed, and then there are going to be 6 other rooms. I don't even have lighting on me. Let me see if I have some torches. So, I have 8 torches. Okay, I can make some more. Anyway, so 6 other rooms, or 6 other exits. So that's 1, and then I think there are 5 others. Yeah, that's correct. So one of the exits is going to be probably like a redstone door, like a piston door that goes into the mine shaft itself, the branch mine, which is going to be pretty epic. I have some cool ideas for the branch mine. And then there's going to be a sort of like a bedroom. So if I ever need to sleep for some reason, I can just go in there and that'll be kind of decorated up, sort of like a break room. You know, let's call it a break room. And then we've got an equipment station. So I'm going to have a spot where I just have a bunch of pickaxes and shovels enchanted up and geared up and ready to go. And then we'll have, let's see, what were some of the other ones? Those are 2 of them. Right, some storage. We're going to have a storage area. The storage area is going to be linked up to the mine shaft. I think I'm going to use a minecart system so I can just kind of dump a bunch of inventory when I'm mining and then send it off, and it'll be automatically deposited into the storage room, so that'll be a neat feature. Let's see, what else? A smelting station. Not an automatic smelter, though. I really want it just for experience. That's something that, well, we'll talk about that more when we get there, but that's something that I always used to do with my, old mine shafts. I would just have a bunch of furnaces in the floor somewhere where I could just dump a bunch of stuff for experience. So, anyway, does that about cover it? Equipment station, bedroom, exit to the mine shaft, storage, that's 4. The exit is 5. Oh, and then a nether portal too. So this wing of the base, just like all the other wings, it's going to have its own nether portal. So there will be one exit from that main lobby that goes to the nether portal. And so that way if I'm in the nether and I want to do some mining, I can go straight to the mine shaft. Or if I'm in the mine shaft and I want to go somewhere else in my base, I can portal over there. Or just, you know, if I want to leave and go somewhere, whatever. So anyway, that's going to be a pretty cool deal. It's going to be a really big project, and I don't know how much of it. I don't think I'm going to have time to obviously do all that stuff. Plus, the branch mine itself is going to be a whole other thing, and that's going to be like a massive project just to do the first leg of the branch mine. So anyway, I've been talking for far too long. I'm going to go check to see how much more time is on the video. We may either wrap this one up, or I may possibly dig out an area and maybe get a little start, at least a little bit of a start on this lobby. So either way, guys, I'm gonna do some stuff and then I'll see you in a second. Alright guys, well, the second major excavation has been completed, so let's go check it out. We're just gonna walk through here to kind of give us an idea of how it's all gonna get laid out. So we go through the cool tunnel, we've got our drop shaft here, and here we go. When we come into here, this is going to be the lobby area. Now this is quite a bit bigger than I pictured it in my head. I picked a 33 circle of a 33 diameter. There we go. Because it has that's the smallest one, where this side over here is 7 blocks long, and I think that's going to be important in order to get a decent looking entrance. So yeah, although I don't really like how it comes out, you know, 2 blocks, 2 blocks, 2 blocks. That's going to be really tricky to design, so I'm not too sure. I don't want to make it any bigger, but I might have to, or I might mess with the shape of the circle or something like that. So anyway, that's kind of what we did. So the square that I dug out here, it took probably about an hour or so, is 33 blocks by 33 blocks and 7 blocks tall. So anyway, so yeah, that's that. I got that done. Now, we are getting to the end of the video, so I don't think I'm going to be doing any more design in this episode. We're going to have to save this project for the next episode for sure. And, gosh, I really want to get this mine shaft up and running, though, so hopefully we can get it done. I can't promise that, but I really want to try and get it done in the next episode. So we're going to have a lot to do. It's going to be really cool. It's going to be a fun episode, but we've got to design this lobby area, and then we've got I think I said it was 6. Well, we've got 1. That's one of the adjacent rooms. So we've got 5 rooms to design that attach to this. Well, 4 actually. 4 rooms plus the mine shaft itself, which is going to be epic. So yeah, it should be a really cool episode. Hopefully we can get all that stuff done. And yeah, but that's all we're going to do on this for today, guys. Now, before we are finished here, I did want to take a minute, like I said earlier. Thank you. There we go. Come on, touchpad. Thank you very much. And is my connection bad? It sure is. And Dalek's on. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen Dalek for a while. In fact, I was hanging out with Chewy. That's another reason that the building of this thing took so long, is because Chewy was on and he was working over in his base area, and I didn't get to record it, but I went over there and helped him out for a little bit. I also had to repair a bunch of stuff. I actually died, had to redo all of my armor and all that good stuff. So anyway, I did put a lot of time into this episode, guys, so I hope that you enjoyed it. But before we sign off, I want to respond to a couple of ideas that you guys left for me in the comments. So it was regarding the crystal cave. Okay, so the first one was by my good friend Cody Reeves, who is an awesome subscriber, an awesome friend, but he's watched pretty much all the episodes on StreamCraft. And he was saying, whenever we first started this and we got just the platforms done and the body of water done, he said that this middle platform is too big, and it basically kind of blocks a lot of the natural beauty of the cave, which I totally agree with. Like, we land on this block and you can see everything pretty good as you come down, and if you are anywhere else other than on that platform, you can see, you can see stuff pretty good, I think, and it still looks cool. But when you first get here, you land on this center block and you can't even see the water, which is kind of a problem. Like, I spent a lot of time detailing the floor down there and stuff like that, so I totally get where you're coming from, and I think I think that's something I want to try and do. So what I was thinking is, like, if we shaved off these 2 blocks, then this would be the outer ring. It would be these 3, this block, these 3, this block, all the way around. The trick is, I want to get all 3 colors incorporated into the design, and I want it to be detailed. Like, I really like the shape of this platform as it is. I really like the amount of detail that's in here. So that's going to be tricky to do all of that stuff. So anyway, it's something that I want to try and do. Yeah, we're going to try it out. And then, you know, if it doesn't work, I can always just go back to this design right here. So that was the first one. The other one was from Dr. Morris, or Doc Morris. I can't remember exactly his username. But he is a fellow YouTuber and does some stuff on YouTube as well. So he said that he thinks that the crystals and everything look pretty cool, but he feels like it's too bright, just lighting wise. So, you know, I thought an easy way to test this out would be if we just adjusted our brightness settings. Now, actually, before I do that, keep in mind the pathway, or the bridges, the platforms, would be equally lit to what they are now, so that wouldn't change. But if we come in here, and then hopefully this doesn't cause any problems on YouTube. Everyone says that when it gets too dark on YouTube that it gets blurry and it looks bad. Sometimes I see that and sometimes I don't. So hopefully you guys can see this okay, but this actually looks really cool. So he wanted me to move the source blocks, the sea lanterns, up a couple of blocks just to reduce the amount of lighting that comes through. And so I thought, well, you know, I don't know if it would make it this dark in the cave or if it would be like a little bit brighter than this, but I do think that that would look pretty cool. So, like, obviously the pathway isn't going to be this dark, right? That's still going to be pretty bright. But then this will be a little bit darker, a little more moodier, and give it a little more realism, I think, which would be really cool. And the other thing is, I really like how these crystals kind of light up. It kind of adds to the sense of magic or whatever that this place has. So I think that's a really cool idea too. So I definitely want to try both of those things out, guys. The question is I don't know when that's going to happen exactly, because like there have been a couple of times where I've gotten feedback from you guys and I just haven't been able to do it, because then it's like, well, you know, we start the next episode and the projects are always so big that I really don't have time to like go back and change things. I just focus on the job at hand, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, maybe we can make an episode at some point that's a little more laid back, where we just go around and do several smaller things like that. I think that would be really good. So I don't know, but let me know what you guys think, if that's a good idea. And then also, yeah, we got to hang out in the comments this episode, guys. I really need y'all to hang out and let me know what y'all think. I asked you about the acacia wood logs over here, and if you had any ideas about this platform over here. I don't know that there's much I can do with that, to be honest, but you might have some ideas. I don't know. I can't remember if there's anything else. So yeah, I think that's it, guys. But anyway, hey, I hope that you enjoyed the episode. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope that you did too. And if you did enjoy the episode, please make sure you hit the like button. The support definitely helps me out. And like I said, feel free to hang out in the comments. I respond to all the comments, and it's cool hanging out with you guys. If you do enjoy the series, please help spread the word and share the video. And yeah, I think that's going to be it, guys. So thank you so much. Glad to be back. Sorry I missed a week, but there it is. Until next time, may you be happy, may you be well, and take care. I'll see you later.